Good evening, VC. Dave here. Got a few recent arrivals I was going to share with you guys tonight, and then got some finds that I made after I got off work today at the local shop, Repo Records, down the street. Pretty excited about those. It's the first record that arrived this week. Is an amazing album. This is Sun Ra Languidity on Philly Jazz. This was originally released in 1978. My favorite time period of Sun Ra, late 70s. Everything was so great that he put out during that time frame. You got Eddie Gale on trumpet on here. The great John Gilmore on tenor, who I love anything he's on with Sun Ra, which is most of it. Marshall Allen on alto. And then Sun Ra is just playing everything he can get his hands on this record. Arp, Fender Rhodes, Yamaha organ, Hammond B3 organ, the Moog, Mini Moog, acoustic piano, bells, and an electric keyboard. Just throwing the kitchen sink at you. Amazing record here. This is a reissue. It's a colored vinyl on Philly Jazz. Not sure the year this reissue was put out, but yeah, if you see this record, highly recommend it. The next arrival was one of the last pieces of the puzzle as far as my John Coltrane collection is concerned. Getting pretty close to having everything I want to have on that front, and this one is, man, I don't know why it took me a few years to get this one, but it did. Maybe because rarely do I see it. I've never seen it in the wild, personally, and that's the album Transition on Impulse from 1970. Gatefold, of course, the amazing lineup of Jimmy Garrison on bass, and McCoy Tyner on piano, and Elvin Jones on drums. Beautiful record. Some amazing tracks on this. These were recordings that had not been released prior. And yeah, if you see this, don't hesitate to pick it up. It's not expensive or anything. It's just, I don't know, it just doesn't show up. So stoked to get this. Already spun this a few times. Great record. As the story goes, a guy brought in a huge collection into my local shop here this week, and I guess according to Steve that works at the shop, he was a hoarder, and he really had a hard time letting his records go, but I guess he's moving to Hawaii, I guess to be closer to death by lava or something, I don't know, but yeah, it was a huge collection, quite a few rare jazz pieces, and I was able to pick up a few. The first is Yusef Lateef, The Sounds of Yusef on Prestige. This is a 1965 original mono pressing. Came out the same year as some of his Impulse offerings, like Live at Peps. So I just picked these up here about an hour or so ago, so looking forward to giving this one a spin. I'm sure it's going to be amazing, as and of course Yusef Lateef playing quite a few instruments on that. Looking forward to that one. The next record, and it was a huge collection. This was the only free jazz piece in the collection, and one that is an absolute grail, and one that I left the shop paying $10 for, and that is the Giuseppe Logan Quartet. This is a 1965 original on ESP disc, and covers in great condition. The record is not that great, maybe VG minus, but for $10, yeah, I'll take a Grail all day. And amazing lineup on this. You've got Don Pullen on piano, Eddie Gomez on bass, and Milford Graves on drums, along with Giuseppe Logan on alto, tenor, and Pakistani oboe. Beautiful artwork on the cover on this record. This is an extremely rare piece. Just blown away that it was in this collection. So, man. The next record that I picked up is Charles Mingus, Wonderland. And this was the alternate cover. This is the 1962 reissue on United Artists Jazz. This is the U.S. press. And you got Booker Ervin on tenor on this. Yeah, that's all you really need to know. Of course, Charlie Mingus killing it on the bass. Very, very cool find. One that I had never seen before. The original is from '59 and a different title. I believe it's Jazz Portraits or something like that. I was stoked to grab that for cheap. And then they let me go through the rest of the stuff. And they've got a good bit of rare jazz that they've put up on their Discogs repo record. So check them out. There's some rare blue notes, ones that are out of my price range. And I think there's a Hank Mobley and a Lou Donaldson, and I forget the other one's got Grant Green on it. But in any case, they did let me just walk with this one for free. Duke Ellington at Newport. This is a 1966 mono press, still in the original shrink. And I didn't have any Duke in the collection other than a 7-inch, so was happy they threw this in. So that's everything I've got this evening. Still blown away. Yeah, been on a roll here in the wild, but hope everybody's doing well. Peace.